the tournament industry, led of course by Bass Angler Sportsman Society, BASS, and their flagship publication, Bassmaster Magazine. If you get people to come here, to come to a lake, to fish these lakes, and they become quote unquote known as good tournament fishing, good bass fishing, whatever it is, it's the same thing as having Chamber of Commerce doing ads in different magazines across the country to attract people to your local area. It's in a way the same thing as having really good Yelp reviews if you own a restaurant or a service industry of any kind. Word of mouth brings people to these places, and so not only do you attract tournaments to these places, you attract anglers to these places who just might want to come here and fish for the bass that are here. And so when you think of these projects in that context, it becomes very understandable why communities would want to have something like this. And this is a reservoir that, as far as I know, did not have a single facility like this before this was built. I certainly haven't seen one. I've been here for a week and a half, and I haven't seen a facility even remotely close to this. States are getting into this. Alabama was one of the first that I know of. Probably Texas was before that, to be fair. But Alabama, back in the 90s, I think it was, had an initiative to build what they called a tournament trail, and they spent sport fish restoration dollars and other monies to create a series of giant facilities like this in 5 or 6 places across the state, and its main purpose was to be able to hold tournaments. And this was a while before most other states were doing this, and it was a huge success. There's one at Guntersville State Park. There's one at Wheeler up on the Tennessee River, Wheeler State Park. There's one on Lake Martin, Wind Creek State Park. There's one on Eufaula down at Lakeview State Park. There's one in Mobile, and I don't remember if there's another one. But you think of some of those names that I've thrown out there. Lewis Smith Lake, Lake Martin, Guntersville, Lake Eufaula. You hear those names all the time in context of tournaments. Well, those would not happen if they didn't have those facilities built. Georgia followed suit in the 2000s with their Go Fish Georgia initiative, and they did the same exact thing. As part of that is starting to build these large mega ramps, and it has paid dividends for them, and they've attracted tournaments to come back to that state. They were starting to lose them to other places that did have these facilities.